The fifth game in the series, well, if you don't count that game that no one likes but was actually a pretty good game, Gears 5 has arrived on our Xbox systems and of course including PC these days with Xbox Play Anywhere titles from Microsoft. The Gears of War series kicked off with a powerful trilogy on the Xbox 360 and it has continued with its solid gameplay and powerful characters on the Xbox One. Gears 4 left us with the unsettling realization that the Locust never died off as believed, and has come back in force with new forms that rival even the biggest and best machines that the Gears have at their disposal.
Khan dumped a few thousand Locust bodies in there after the war. If your swarm's related to the grubs, we'll find out there.
G'day everyone, my name is Lucas from the Aussie Gamers Experience, and today I am taking a look at Gears of War 5, the latest game in a long time running series that has Xbox gamers frothing. Gears 5 offers a new mode, which is essentially a disconnected tutorial of sorts, known as the Boot Camp. This is useful for newcomers and for those who are super rusty when it comes to playing video games. However, veterans of the series will find this monotonous and downright restrictive. Once completed, however, you do get to dive into the Gears 5 campaign. The visuals have been given an overhaul, and even over the 2016 Gears of War 4. The character models have been upgraded with an overall paint job that sees a more detailed appearance to the characters. Most notable has to be JD and Baird, for they look absolutely amazing. I've played through Gears 5 on the Xbox One X, which boasts a sharp 4K 60 frames in every single game mode that it offers. Now this is easily noticeable when gawking at the character's armor and the luscious scenery.
I got one thing to say! These Papa things got to go!
Gears 5 is not simply Gears 4 with a new story. This is every bit the sequel that it needed to be. After playing the early access alpha, I had my reservations in relation to the bright colours and overall cheerful look to the game. But thankfully, playing the full game, Gears 5 brings back some dark and gritty environments and themes to the game. Now that you're a little warmed up here with this review, it's time to dive into some kind of mild spoilers. But you can skip ahead to the time that I've displayed up on the screen if you want to avoid any of these spoiler parts. Gears 5 has a bit of that Metal Gear Solid 2 knack to it. And for those in the know, you'd be very aware of the old switcheroo that occurs in Metal Gear Solid 2, where you end up playing as Raiden instead of Snake, the game's main protagonist. Gears 5 attempts that here by placing you into the shoes of Kate after that initial part where you play as Del and JD Phoenix. Thankfully, playing as Kate is a breath of fresh air and offers insight into her lineage and what makes her tick.
Let's get this done! We're on a short string here!
This develops Kate's character tenfold and invites the player into the relationships between Kate, Del and JD, and is very much what this game's story revolves around. Gears 5 does more to the gameplay this time around and moves things around a bit. As a long-time Gears player, I can say that the changes both felt fresh and also intuitive. Jack, your companion droid, becomes more involved in gameplay sequences rather than just scripted sections of unlocking doors while you take on hordes of enemies.
Jack, rip that door.
Uh-oh. Kate! Other side of the river!
I see him! Hold him off!
You can now direct Jack to pick up items of interest for you and also fetch guns and ammo during combat. Now this saves you from running into gunfire to restock your gear. Jack has also taken on some minor RPG elements of unlocking and leveling up new abilities as you go. Now the coolest part of these abilities that Jack unlocks is that they can affect you also. One noteworthy ability is the cloaking, rendering yourself invisible to the enemy for sneak attacks, and a more stealthy approach is nothing short of good damn fun. Furthermore, you can have a friend join your game and play as Jack. Gears 5 manages to add a ton of new bits and pieces to the game while still keeping that Gears of War feel intact. Although I won't go into all of them here because it will take forever, and I'll leave some things for you to work out for yourself. Gears 5 is no longer a strict linear style game. While the overall forward movement and progression is still linear, there are sections of the game that open up to a partially open world environment, which allows for more exploration, where you can even find little side missions that are completely optional. Oh, and you also get to ride this thing. It's called a skiff, and it gets you from A to B really fast. Alright, let's dive a tad deeper into the performance of Gears 5 on the Xbox One X. The game does claim 4K 60 frames per second in all game modes, which is absolutely true, but it's not without the expected frame drops. When there's a bit going on, you will experience frame drops, but they're not too severe, and they're actually quite seldom. Being that the game runs at 60 frames a second most of the time, the actual drop percentage is quite low. I wouldn't imagine the drops will be visible in the video that you're watching now, simply because it's been recorded in 30 frames a second, and the drops never dipped that low. It's not perfect, but it's damn pretty impressive nonetheless, considering the resolution is set to 4K. Also, I've had my good man Snoogs play through Gears 5 on his Xbox One S, and he's kindly captured some footage to compare it to. So, let's have a look at that, and what do you think?
Don't worry about her. She'll be ready.
Almost certainly will.
Tell us where to go, Control.
I'll do my best, but remember, no one's been in that facility for like 25 years.
Yeah, that's pretty evident.
You're not there to buy a timeshare. You're there to launch an old Hammer of Dawn prototype.
And your intel says one of the silos is still intact, right?
Yeah, as far as they can tell. Just get Dave to a functional control room. He'll handle the launch sequence.
Righto, now for my comments on the story. Without spoiling any of the minor or major events, the story opens up and moves in a direction that intrigued me and pushed me to keep on playing to find out how it all pans out. While the outcome is a little bit predictable, it's still interesting to see how it unveils itself. This story will have you wondering whose side you're on and who has made the right choices. Gears 5's story will get your moral compass spinning. Just in what direction? I don't know. Overall, I think Gears 5 has delivered another solid entry into the Gears series and shows gamers why this is a must-own Microsoft exclusive title. From the visuals, performance and striking story, this game offers a package that is all neatly wrapped up in one big bundle. Put it this way, you'll have to look long and hard to find someone who is genuinely disappointed with the game. Thank you very much for checking out this review, and if you think my time and efforts are worthy of pressing the like button, I would really appreciate that as feedback. While you're there, if you would like to subscribe to this channel, you will have plenty of other gaming videos there to check out. Leave a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And one last time, thank you very much for checking out this video, and I am Lucas, and until next time, I will see ya!
We need an actual target.
If we're selecting targets, shouldn't someone with real military authority be here?
It's Foz, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Shut the fuck up, Foz.
Yep, sir.